Song takes on Fan Rong of China. Ong La, a former two-division world champion, prepares to enter the circle, carrying the hopes of a nation on his shoulders.
There is nothing like it in the entire sports world.
The most popular man in the country of Myanmar.
The people in America don't even know how big Ong La is in Burma.
An entire nation behind him.
I'm more than just, an MMA fighter. I'm a role model for the next generation and for the men and women of Myanmar.
I'm not talented, I'm not good, I'm not fast. But with you, I have courage, I have strength. I cannot do this without you, Myanmar.
The country's biggest sports star. He is a very, very, very well-loved man. Ong La Song, 37 years old, Fan Rong, 29. Identical height, Rong, he's slightly heavier. It's a 4-inch reach advantage for Ong La. He's got a BJJ style. Fan Rong has a wrestling style. Our global rule set, 3, 5, and rounds. Bout judged as a whole. Knees to the head of a grounded opponent are legal. No spiking. Throws on the head, neck, or spine.
Fighting out of China, King Kong Warrior, Fan Rong.
(19-3) is the record with 17 finishes for Fan Rong. Has only lost here in one championship to Vitaly Bigdash and Reinier de Ridder, a big, strong grappler, the type of guy that sometimes gives Ong La some fits.
Yeah, Fan Rong is legit. He's well-rounded. He's got big power in that right hand. His wrestling, I think, is going to be what he has to lean on in this match. The path to beating Ong La Song has been laid out by RDR, and that is to grab him, drag him into deep water onto the mat. But getting there is going to be a tall order, considering just how much time Ong La Song has spent ironing that out. Rich, what do you think Fan Rong needs to do to move towards the title?
Yeah, the wrestling is his advantage, but look, both of these guys have very well-rounded mixed martial arts skill sets. And this is one of those fights that if you said, hey, this ended up with the two of them just striking each other, or this ended up being just a grappling match, I could see it going either way. And with a skill set like that, Fan Rong needs to impose his will. He needs to make sure that he establishes that skill set over Ong La. He's got to commit on his power shots. You see Fan Rong sometimes where he leaves that back foot behind when he's throwing that left hand, and sometimes when he steps in heavy with it. Ultimately, he needs to win on transitions. This is where Ong La does a great job, and Fan Rong needs to make sure that he's winning on those transitions so that Ong La doesn't pull ahead with this match.
Representing Myanmar, the Burmese Python, Ong La Song.
Join the conversation on Twitter by using the hashtag #OneFightNight10. Ong La Song, 93% finishing rate. His last 8 wins have come by knockout. Was the longest reigning middleweight champ when he had the belt. Ong La Song, 8 straight wins by knockout.
One of the greatest walkouts in all of one championship. Ong La Song Division I world champion is truly a special athlete. His toughness and heart are powered by the country of Myanmar, and there is no bigger star in that beautiful country than this man right here. We know he has dynamite in both those hands, Rich, but where else is this guy special?
Well, I'll tell you what I really like about Ong La's style is his ability to just fight relaxed. He fights like a true veteran, and he'll wait for those openings. You watch him in the Okami matchup, he was just timing that shot, waiting for Okami to take that shot, looking for that uppercut or that knee as he was coming in, and he caught Okami coming in. The last two things, I don't know if they're keys as much as they are strengths. Ong La does a really good job of making adjustments in the fight. When things aren't going his way or a certain game plan wasn't unfolding the way that he thought it would, he'll make an adjustment and go to a plan B. This is what I was talking about, both these guys being well-rounded. Ong La, if he's planning on keeping this fight standing and it's not going his way, he'll look for the takedown. He'll win the match there. And the one thing that you know about Ong La is he has grit. This guy has a chin to granite. He doesn't stop. He's got cardio for days. He will fight to his last breath if need be.
With the introductions, here's Tom Lau.
And now, this next match is 3 5-minute rounds of middleweight MMA, presented to you by Monster Energy. Unleash the Beast. And when the action begins, your referee in charge, Mr. Herb Dean. Introducing first, out of the blue corner, training out of London MMA, holding a mixed martial arts record of 19-3 with 17 highlight reel finishes, representing China, the King Kong Warrior, Fan Rong. And introducing his opponent out of the red corner, he is a former Division I world champion, holding a mixed martial arts record of 29-13 with an incredible 27 finishes, representing Myanmar, the Burmese Python, Ola Adsar.
Final instructions, Herb Dean, here at a sold-out First Bank Center in Denver. One championship arrives in the United States for the first time. This much-anticipated card, and this fight the third of the night. Ong La and Song in the red gloves. Fan Rong in the blue. 3 5-minute rounds, and again, the bout judged as a whole.
Fan Rong's been out since December of 2021. I'm really interested to see the improvements that he's made in his striking. His wrestling is always top level, but I want to see how he's put together his boxing, because Ong La on the feet has just bricks in his gloves, and that right side is so dangerous.
So far, that lead jab and hook that he's put out there seems to give Ong La a little bit of fits or a problem or a puzzle to solve at least.
Yeah, I'd like to see Ong La start putting out those kicks. He's got a thunderous right side out of that right leg. I'd like to see him start using it, especially start chopping down the legs of Fan Rong, which is going to affect his shot later in the fight. Big right looping right hand landed by Ong La.
Former Division I world champ, Ong La Song, trying to get back on top. Says, even if I don't, man, I'm just going to keep fighting the best, and I'm going to keep beating them. We mentioned his last 8 wins by knockout, and good exchange there between the two in the second minute of round 1.
Fan Rong landed a nice little combination with that finishing uppercut.
Left hook there from Ong La.
He's doing a good job with the footwork there. Ong La's in the southpaw stance. Fan Rong is orthodox, and he's winning that front foot battle, getting to the outside. That's what set up that uppercut that you mentioned, Mitch. That lead hook keeps coming over top of the guard of Ong La, giving him trouble.
Body kick from Ong La. A straight left from Ong La. And another. split the guard of Fan here. Ong La fanning there on a body kick.
Fan Rong did a good job right there with the footwork, managing distance. Ong La came in with that left. Just missed. It was a big commitment by Ong. It took him off balance. He didn't have to pay the price for it.
Fan Rong's doing a good job of circling to the non-dominant side of Ong La. Stay out of the way of that left side. Ong La's back to right. Let's see if Fan Rong starts moving to the other, and he does. Good footwork control from Fan Rong.
Yeah, Ong La switched it up with a straight right that time. Dean steps in, stops the fight midway round one, and back to action as they trade. With a right, they both fired a right, and Fan landed his.
That uppercut is very deceiving from Ong La. He throws it like he's throwing a straight right, but then he curls it under at the last moment and comes through your guard. Very tricky with that right uppercut, but a beautiful combination right there from Fan Rong to go to the body.
Yeah, digging to the body, Fan, the man from China.
I'm not sure if you guys have noticed or not, but Ong La has now switched to conventional. He's back to southpaw. But he was in conventional for quite some time. It wasn't just a momentary switch. He had stayed in that stance for a good minute and a half.
Yeah, he's playing almost a time thing, right? Every couple of minutes or a minute or so, he switches the stance. And it's hard to get a read on it, but Fan Rong's doing a good job of controlling his footwork and continually circling to whatever side Fan Rong's, Ong La is dominant in.
Blood coming from the left eye, streaming down the left side of the face of Fan Rong, who said this would be a 50-50 match. There are no advantages for either fighter in any area. That was Fan's take on this fight going in.
Fan Rong's definitely showing some improved stand-up, Rich.
For sure, and all this is coming down to the footwork. This is new footwork that we haven't seen from him before. The ability to negate that distance. Normally, he would allow his opponent to come in and then kind of negate that with his wrestling, but this time he's managing it with range.
Right hook and a left up top from Ong La, and Fan returns fire. Minute to go, round one. Again, the bout judged as a whole. Ong La in the red gloves, Fan Rong in the blue gloves.
That was a nice counter right hand landed by Fan Rong to slide out of the way and then come right back with it.
Another example of Fan Rong using that footwork. Ong La committing big to the body shot there, committing big to that last one, and that's what allowed Fan Rong to land that counter.
So here's the deal. Fan Mitch is showing the damage, but he seems to be winning this first round.
Well, he's scoring successfully, and a lot of it's coming off that lead hand. Like you talked about in your keys to victory, the feints, right? Like he's pawing at that lead hand just to give Ong La just a little bit of a distraction. Nice little lead uppercut there as Ong La starts to smile at him and move forward.
Yes, this lead hand is coming in as a straight jab. It's coming in as a little punching uppercut. Oh, he's rocked.
Two huge lefts from Ong La. And Fan survived the round. Looks to have his wits about him here in the final 10 seconds.
Ong La is usually a lot more kick heavy. I'm wondering why he's choosing just to box with Fan Rong.
Uppercut from Ong La, and there's the bell.
Agree with you on that. And there was a time before in this round where I thought Ong should throw his left kick, and he did, and it landed. Each time he's thrown that left kick, it's landed really well, been effective.
Prime Video is talking sports Monday to Friday live from 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. on Sports Talk. Tune in for new and diverse hosts talking about the biggest sports stories of the day. All sports, all day, only on Prime Video.
Let's take a look at that first round. Here's this right hand that comes right down the middle. Boom. Touches Fan Rong right on the side of the head. It was a beautiful shot landed by Ong La, and that's what did the damage to that eye, opened the cut. But a beautiful, look at that pull back right hand, went right down the middle for Fan Rong.
Yeah, it was that first one, and Ong La comes in here and lands another one. But most of the time when he's landing combinations, it doesn't come without some sort of counter that he's paying for it himself. Ong La is making big commitments with his footwork on this, and that's what allowed Fan in that first highlight to slide back, come back with that counter. He's got to figure that out, solve that puzzle, because the lead hand, that hook, is what's giving him the fits.
The bell in round two.
But I like the way Ong La finished that round, coming forward, throwing heavy shots, showing some confidence of the former champion.
High kick from Ong La there to open the second. Fan willing to stand toe-to-toe and trade with Ong La, the former world champ.
Yeah, Ong La likes this southpaw stance, Rich.
Absolutely, and that last left kick was a nice left hand was a nice left hand that he threw there. Ong followed up with his footwork. You see there, he did it again, and he wasn't available for the punch. Both of them them landed right there.
Fan rocked him with a right.
Ung La works
Takes
for
to
the
the
wear,
right.
though. There's the first takedown attempt. Sits Ung La down.
Fan on the single.
He's got a choke sunk in here.
Yeah, but that's probably... He's kind of going for a...
He's tapping.
That's all!
What? Ung La making Fan Rong pay for the shot. With a modified guillotine. Gets the tap in the second round, Rich.
Got himself a guillotine using his body. Using his body to create the angle.
Kind of came out of nowhere. You felt like Fan had the advantage, but
Well, it did come out of nowhere. Even Mitch at that point was like, yeah, but because he doesn't typically quite have the angle. The Fan Rong had crowded himself. Ung La was able to keep the body in tight, creating that pressure in the neck.
Didn't even have the hooks. Didn't even lock the legs in. Just wrapped up the choke. Kind of reminded everybody why his nickname is the Burmese Python.
But the choke finished once they actually fell to the side, and that's what gave him the ability to hold on to the legs.
were you surprised by that tap? It sounded like...
Yeah, I was 100% surprised. Ung La has got a squeeze on him to get that sunk in so deep with the improper position. Fan Rong looked like he was going to be okay, but immediately started tapping. What a finish.
I just got to say, Mitch, I wasn't surprised. I called him Burmese Python for a reason.
Wow. Wow. See, I set you up. That's my fault, Mitch Chilson.
He threw me the softball.
Circle side with the Dragon, Mitch Chilson, former one fighter, and the Hall of Famer, Rich Ace Franklin, won Fight Night 10. And for the particulars, back inside the one circle for Dom Lau.
Ladies and gentlemen, your referee, Mr. Herb Dean, has called a stop to this contest after 48 seconds in the second round. For your winner, by way of guillotine, Ung La
Ung La's 30th career win, 28 by finish. It's a second round submission victory. And after 8 straight wins by knockout, he switches it up to complete this win over Fan Rong of China.
You know, I mentioned this before about Ung La. This is what I'm talking about. He doesn't get rattled in the cage by anything. In that circle, he's never rattled. He fights like a true veteran and just stays calm no matter what the situation.
Mitch standing by with the Burmese Python.
Ung La, you just asked me if that was entertaining. Denver, Colorado, was that entertaining? Now, it didn't look like you had the proper position, but once you got that choke in, he was only in there for moments before you got the finish. Was that tight?
It was tight. It was tight. Hey, first and foremost, I want to thank God, Jesus Christ, my Lord and Savior. I'm an immigrant from Myanmar. American dream is still alive and well. God bless America. Pray for Myanmar. I want to thank my team, Kill Clip FC, Henry Hoof, Greg Jones, Tuco, thank you guys. Dr. Peacock, thank you. Coach Stroud, Nick Lance, all the coaches there, Sean Soriano, thank you guys so much for equipping me with a weapon to do what I do in the cage. Thank you guys.
You've surrounded yourself with an incredible team. The work is definitely the proof of that. Now, I gotta ask, you called yourself the gatekeeper of the division, but you keep knocking down everybody that comes to the gate. So what's next for Ung La and Song?
I want to finish everybody as a gatekeeper until Chatri, who won championship, gives me that title shot. And I don't care. I just want to stay active. I just want to fight. I just want to fight.
I just want to watch you fight. Denver, Colorado, make some noise for your winner, Ung La Song!
In the country of Myanmar, that man, Ung La Song, is the country's biggest sports star. There is a statue of him, gets mobbed by fans everywhere he goes.
Yeah, you know, Ung La fan came out in the beginning of this match, and he was having issues with that lead hand of Fan Rong, trying to find the range that he needed. And Fan Rong was able to land some of these other shots, the uppercut, the right cross there, being able to slide in and out with the footwork. But eventually, Ung La was able to find him, cut him open with the right hand of his own. And this was the beginning of the end. Ung La made some adjustments in this match, being able to solve that puzzle. But ultimately, when they finally came out in that second round, this is where the change began to occur. Both of these guys landed a lead hook right there. It wobbled on Law, but I think that was more about him being off balance. He let Fan Rong just take the shot, immediately went to this modified guillotine with the choke on the back of the neck right there. Fan Rong couldn't go anywhere because the whole body was trapped in. He grabbed the leg right there as they were falling to the side, didn't quite get there, but it was sunk. Fan Rong, you could watch him after the match. He even looked at you, Mitch, and he was confused as to how Ong Law was able to finish that choke.
So Jackie Moon Tom with the TKO win to start. Ty Ruotolo impressed.